The negotiated plea and agreed upon sentence is as follows. The state of Ohio will amend count 1 of the indictment from murder to 1 count of voluntary manslaughter under Ohio Revised Code section 2903.03A, a felony of the first degree with a firearm specification. The defendant understands and agrees that upon said amendment being approved by the court, she will enter a plea of guilty to the charge of voluntary manslaughter with a firearm specification. She further understands and agrees that upon her plea of guilty and pursuant to Criminal Rule 11F in Ohio Revised Code Section 295308D1, she will receive the following sentence. On the count of voluntary manslaughter, she will be sentenced to a period of 4 years in a state penal institution. On the firearm specification, she will be sentenced to a mandatory period of 3 years incarceration in a state penal institution, which must be served prior to and consecutively with 4-year sentence imposed on the count of voluntary manslaughter. She understands and agrees that she will receive a total prison sentence of 7 years. Pursuant to Criminal Rule 11F and Ohio Revised Code Section 292508D1, the parties further agree that after the defendant has served the mandatory sentence imposed for the firearm specification and 6 months of the sentence on the count of voluntary manslaughter, she will be permitted to file a motion for judicial release.
Instead of making a scene here.
I think we will talk to a news organization that covers things fairly.
For 2 hung juries, and to go through that again, she just didn't want that to happen. I give her a lot of credit. We honestly believe wholeheartedly that she needed to defend herself that evening, and we're thankful that she did, and she's still with us. But she made a choice today, a choice to kind of save her family and move on with their life.
I think her parents would have supported her if it took, 10 trials to prove her innocence. I'm not sure that was something she was willing maybe to emotionally put on herself or her family, quite frankly. It's great to be, to stand for something and stand for principle, and I think she's still doing that, and I think she's still a great, role model for women and for women in self-defense. I don't think she gave any of that up today. But what I do want to be very clear about is it's a lot more difficult when you're in that situation yourself, when it's you facing potentially life or potentially facing 14 years. It's great to want to be a martyr, but to be a martyr, you got to lose your life.